Hello and welcome to Your Health in Your Hands. I'm Dr. David Ajibade, your host today. Now, depending on who you ask, there are two things that stand out the most when it comes to disabilities in the world. The number one cause of disability could either be, again, depending on who you ask, back pain, lower back pain specifically, that's right there in the small of your back, or two, depression. And in our talk today, we're going to be telling you how these two are related. But bottom line is that back pain is a problem that is experienced by almost everyone at one point in their life. And most times, the treatment obviously is pain relievers, and if it gets too bad, then you have to do a surgery. But what happens in between? What happens when the pain relievers don't work like they should? What if you're taking more and more pain relievers? What happens if those pain relievers are causing damage to your body, like ulcers, for instance? What happens then? And the surgery is not time for a surgery, or the orthopedic surgeon says you are not fit for surgery. What do you do in such circumstances? It's about time that we begin to look at how to help and strengthen the back, not just for yourself, but for your family. And we have to think about what are the rules that guide a healthy back. And that's why we have again, as on our show today, Dr. Ranti Ogun. I'm going to be introducing him in a minute. And I want to read this quote because it's not just about physical health that we'll be talking about. We'll be talking about the mental and the other aspect as well. This is one of my favorite quotes. It says, "Health is a large word. It embraces not the body only, but the mind and the spirit as well. And not today's pain or pleasure alone, but the whole being and outlook of man." Think about that. The whole being and outlook of man. What affects one part of your body, one part of your being, whether your spirit, your mind, affects your body, and vice versa. Your body too can affect your brain, your thinking, your emotions, and your spiritual life as well. And that's why we do what we do, because you need to look at this whole picture, not just the individual parts. We will be right back with Dr. Ogun. Thanks. Welcome back. All right, I'm here with Dr. Ranti Ogun, who is the founder and owner of Wellness Chiropractic. He is a chiropractor, and if you don't know what that means, you are about to find out. So, Dr. Ogun, thank you so much, sir, for making it.
Thank you.
We always appreciate your time with us here, because I know it's hard to get that time in the first place.
My pleasure.
And thank you. With the information that you always share, I think it's so valuable.
Thank you very much.
Thank you again. So we talked about back pain and depression are the two commonest causes of disability, why people don't go to work or absent from school or whatever it is. And people may just think of them as two separate entities. Is there a connection in your mind between the two?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The quote that you read in the beginning of the program gives us an idea of the connection between mind and body. Very, very important. The body exists in about at least three stages. The physical body, the psychological and mental mind, and then of course the spirit. We are essentially spiritual beings having a physical experience. So spirit, mind, physical.
So spirit is first?
Yes. Spirit is above all.
All right.
And then mind, which controls the body, the mind gets its control from the spirit. How our spirit is, or existing, is important to how our body will function. So back pain and depression are very, very much linked. Now, there's a question of which one comes first, the chicken or the egg?
Age-old question.
Yes. Which one is it that really causes the other? Well, it doesn't, in our existence, it's not a matter of one causing the other, really. Any one of them can come first. Now, back pain is very unique in the sense that usually when a person is suffering from back pain, they don't have any external or visible signs that anybody can see and say that this person is ill. This leads to quite a few problems.
Okay.
Firstly, the person may be seen to be what we call malingering.
Malingering, yes.
Now, malingering is a word that means that a person is just lazy. They're not interested in continuing with life,
Yeah.
because they, would rather just not do anything.
Right.
However, back pain is not like that. Back pain is a real disability. Once back pain gets to a certain point, it can cause a person to not be able to carry out their activities of daily living. Our daily ablutions in the morning, brushing your teeth, taking your shower, all of these things, we do them daily. Getting in and out of bed, we do them daily. Walking, sitting, standing, all of these are activities of daily living. Back pain will severely, especially back pain at a certain level, will significantly cause a person not to be able to do these things. And of course, when a person is not active or capable of carrying out their daily activities, depression must set in. So that's one aspect. In other words, the back pain will affect the person in such a way that depression will set in.
Okay.
Additionally, conversely rather, it's possible that a person may be suffering from depression from some psychological or spiritual issue. And this depression now will cause them to not carry out their activities of daily living. And thereby back pain will now develop because of the depression, they're lying in bed for long periods of time, long periods of inactivity, either lying in bed, sitting, not doing anything at all. This will now lead to back pain.
Really?
So now we have back pain leading to depression, and depression leading to back pain.
That's interesting. I didn't know that inactivity could actually cause back pain.
Yes.
I thought it was always as a result of overactivity or not moving like you should, or not
like
having the
you're
right
supposed
posture. Of course, they tell us how to. I mean, we've talked about this before.
Yes.
How you're supposed to lie down. How go to bed. Don't lie down on your belly, for instance. So activities like those, especially over a long period of time, can actually result in back pain. So you're now saying that the converse is true. No activity at all.
Yes.
Can actually cause back pain.
It can actually cause back pain.
That's a new
now,
concept.
Thank you very much for that. That difference is very important for us to know.
Okay.
Back pain caused by activity is due to stress and
wear and tear.
Yeah. Thank you very
Over a period of
much.
time. Yeah.
Whereas back pain caused by inactivity is due to what we call creep.
Creep.
Yes.
CREEP.
Yes.
All right.
Now, creep is a phenomenon whereby an elastic object or a plastic object is in a certain position for an extended period under load.
Okay.
And when it's in that period under load, the tissues themselves will begin to deform. So that's what we call creep. So if a person is inactive, say for example, they lie down for long periods during the day, and to compound the matter, their mattress is not even firm, then creep will definitely set in and lead to back pain. But if we have to notice that the depression is what caused the lying in bed, and the lying in bed is what caused the creep, and the creep is what is causing the back pain. So we have two different scenarios where back pain can come about.
Interesting. Okay, well, listen, we want to talk some more about this, but we have to take our break now. So we will be right back, so don't go away. Okay, welcome back. Dr. Ogun mentioned something I've never heard before called creep. And I thought that was only about bad people, creeps. But anyway, so tell us about that. What's creep about?
Okay.
Yeah.
Creep is a phenomenon whereby tissues of the body, actually any kind of physical phenomenon, it's a physical phenomenon that is associated with materials and tissues.
Okay.
So any material that is plastic, elastic, can suffer creep. Creep is where a certain structure made of a certain tissue is in a certain position for extended periods under stress.
But if it's under stress, if the phone is lying down, I just can't see how
Stress
there'll be
will
stress.
occur.
I can understand sitting down for long periods of time. I can understand the stress on the back.
Yes.
When somebody sits down,
Yes.
especially with a bad posture. But lying down, you have to explain that.
Okay. Now, it's the same thing. Sitting, lying down can cause creep because both of them entail weight distribution. So when a person is sitting, obviously their spine is carrying the weight of that person, and therefore creep can begin to occur in the discs that separate the vertebra.
Now, I think this is a perfect opportunity, Doc, for us to look at to go to the board so you can explain this.
We're going to look at a person who is lying down. This is a little bit exaggerated, but the spine now has vertebrae that are arranged so. So as these vertebrae are arranged, there are discs in between them. The space that the disc occupies when the person is lying down is under tension. So in other words, this disc here is subject to forces that are coming both from here and here.
And this is the head, right?
Yes, this is the head. Thank
That's
you
the
very
body.
much.
Okay, so is he lying on his back?
Yeah, he's lying on his back.
All right. Okay.
So we have a person lying on their back, and they're lying in this position for an extended period. And therefore, if the surface which they're lying on is not firm, there's a tendency that this area will drop.
It's especially where his butt, where
Yes.
the
This place will drop.
bum is. Okay.
When this drops, then there will be a compressive force, which is a stressful force.
I see.
So the person is lying down, but their spine is under stress.
I see.
And thereby, this stress, which is affecting the disc, will cause creep.
I see.
The disc, which formerly would probably be so wide, so to speak.
So let me just quickly say this. So if I may just quickly draw it this way so you can draw it horizontally. So this is the vertebra, right? These are the bones of the back. So you're talking about the space in between.
In between.
Here. Okay, it's the disc, right?
Yes.
All right.
So this disc in between, when the person is lying down like this, will be under stress. So this space here, which is where the disc occupies, will be compressed. This compression will lead to a deformation of the disc. The disc will become deformed. As a result, the nerves which pass through what we call foramina, they pass through the
holes in the spine.
The holes in the spine, yes. They pass through the holes. These spinal nerves will now, because of the creep that is going on inside the disc, will become compressed. And any compression of the nerve will lead to pain, numbness, tingling, lack of muscle coordination, and these kinds of symptoms. When this happens in the lower back, we feel this in the lower back, buttocks, waist, and all the way down into the legs. So as a result, a person who is actually passive and relaxed, supposedly, is subject to stresses which will lead to back pain. And we all know that depression is one thing that causes people to lie in bed.
Exactly, not wanting to get up. Just
sit around the house, watch
right.
TV, and all of these things. So this is a situation where we see a person who is basically dormant or passive having back pain as a result of the depression.
So basically one pretty much compounds the other, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, my goodness. So basically, what we're saying is that we probably shouldn't do anything. We should probably be standing 24 hours a day, right? So that our backs will be okay.
Well,
where's the balance in all this?
we have to find a balance.
Yeah.
The balance is to be found actually by us making sure that not only do we train our bodies, but we also train our spirit.
Okay.
Now, the key there is that the bridge between the two is the mental orientation.
So we're going to get into things like positive mental attitude, having some kind of zest and energy for life,
Yes.
purpose in life, which kind of takes us to not just the mental, but probably the spiritual
Absolutely.
as well.
Absolutely.
Intriguing. I think that's quite intriguing. So
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, we're out of time, so we're going to have to take a break now, and then maybe we can get back into it in a few minutes. So, folks, do not go away. Welcome back. So as Dr. Ogun was speaking about depression and the mind, this quote came to me. Depression maims the mind, then it kills the body. And you can see, from what we've talked about, you can see how it slows you down. You want to lie down, you don't want to get up, you want to sit, you don't want to stand up and all that. So now we've talked about that. Now we want to go on the opposite side, on the other end, about how to improve the mind, how to make your life more positive, and hopefully strike that balance between sedentary lifestyle and an active lifestyle. Because you know that if you do too much physical activity wise, it can also cause problems with the back. And I hope within this few minutes we can actually talk about how that also affects the back as well.
Now, we've talked about how the mind, the spirit, and the body and the mind are all interconnected, with there being three levels of existence. The one that we are most aware of course, is our physical existence, which is the body, so that when we have pain and issues going on, we become very aware. However, most of these are developed in the spirit. Now we have to think about how do we ameliorate this? Well, the first thing we need to do is to make sure that we pay attention to our body. The mental is where we start. Our own mind and body foundation. The mind is what controls the body. The spirit is what controls the mind. So we want to have a balance. So we need physical activity, definitely, on a regular basis. 30-minute walk each day, hopefully in the morning.
Okay. Why morning?
Morning, because that's when your mind is most alert after just waking up.
Okay.
And so your spirit is much more open and easily receptive to positive stimuli.
Okay.
So positive stimuli will cause us to do those things that will make our body function better. Positive stimuli will motivate our thought processes. The motivation of our thought processes will now affect our bodily function, because now, once a person is motivated, they can do those things that they have set out to do without interference of their body, or without their body becoming a burden to them. However, we can get over enthusiastic. In other words, I want to go out today and play squash. After I finish playing squash, I'm going to play golf, and then I'm going to go out and go to work, and I'm an engineer. I'm going to go to the site and walk around and climb, and
You got to moderate it, especially.
you have to moderate it. So what we want to do is make sure that we have a positive attitude.
Yeah.
We are goal oriented.
Okay.
And we also want to make sure that everything that we are doing is in consonance with us maintaining good bodily posture.
And really quickly, Doc, I know we don't have time to talk about that much, but there are about 2 or 3 other videos that we've done in the past in which Doc really goes in detail into how to take care of your back, your spine, your movement, and all those things. So, yeah, you can find them on either the Brain and Body Foundation website or NTA website, the YouTube channel, Your Health in Your Hands. Back to you, sir.
Yes. So now, how do we do this? Well, having a daily routine of exercise and diet, that is the basis and the foundation of good health. Once we can do this, maintain our positive posture and positive mental attitude, then we are less likely to suffer from things such as creep. So that brings us away from depression. However, if we are already suffering from some kind of depression due to a spiritual or psychological issue in our lives, then we can also use exercise, diet, and activity to remove ourselves from that. And also to train our spirit to be motivated. The motivation of the spirit motivates the mind and motivates the body. It's a top-down, above-down orientation. So the spirit first, body next, and the mind next, and then the body. So depression comes from above down. So we have to be careful.
Over and over again, the research says that people who practice gratitude, thankfulness, actually thinking about things that they want to be grateful for, and whether you're thanking Allah or God or Jesus or just the universe, depending on what floats your boat, that people who write down maybe a list of 5 to 10 things to be grateful for, and it could be anything, and to actually feel the gratitude, that it really helps with a positive attitude.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's something that we call the 9 points of character. Some people may be more familiar with 9 fruits of the Spirit.
Okay.
They're very similar.
All right.
9 fruits of the Spirit, 9 points of character. Those 9 points of character are things that we use to build our spirit and make our spirit strong. The stronger our spirit, the stronger the mind. And the stronger the mind, the stronger the body.
Oh, that's huge. That's huge. So, Doc, thank you so much for making it.
You're welcome.
Again,
Thank
you
you for having me.
great information. Appreciate it. Men, do not put your wallet in your back pocket.
Yes.
Put it in the front pocket.
Yes.
And your phones, try and keep your phones away from your body entirely, right? But
Absolutely.
if you must, don't put stuff in your back pocket. That's the end of the show for today. Remember, videos are on our website, brainandbodyfoundation.org, and the NTA YouTube channel, Your Health in Your Hands. If you have any questions, please send them to us. We will be glad to look at them and respond. And so stay tuned, catch up with us next week, and God bless.